MSM goes global once again this week with Stevie Shooey the Shoesmith's Body Power UK coverage. He stops by Simeon Panda's booth for a really fucking cool interview. We also are joined by Miss Dina Burley, the most amazing ass of all time. The Nose talks Olympia People's Champion, and we also hear from some more of your favorite host of hosts right here on MSTV. We're going to be right back, and Shooey's going to lead us off this episode.
Hey guys, Steve here. I'm with the one and only Simeon Panda. Say hi,
good,
folks.
Guys. How's it going? We're at Body Power 2018.
Yes. How's it going, brother?
Fantastic morning so far.
Yeah.
I don't even know what time it is yet. I've been here like since morning.
It's 1:45 UK
wow.
time.
It's not even in the morning anymore. It's been really good, really good. Meeting everyone, long queues of people. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Give me a bit of background about you, Simeon, because I know ya. All right.
I've been training 18 years. I've been in the industry for about seven years, and I just basically like to motivate people, like to get people engaged in lifting and put out a positive message and get people infused to lift.
And this is the first time I've seen Simeon on with a top, by the way. First time. City Athletic Gym. Oh no, he's got to take his top off.
Yes,
so
because I was shooting for a magazine. Yes.
So, I haven't mentioned this yet, but something's missing at Body Power for me personally.
Okay.
It's Rich.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I haven't mentioned it yet, guys. As Simeon knows, I was with Rich for many years. It's kind of missing that this year.
It is.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was a huge presence at any expo.
Yeah.
Like not
like you.
Sure, but I mean, like physically, and just everyone would love to see like where's Rich, like, and obviously he used to have the biggest stand. He still does, like, but the biggest stand, and you know, he's definitely missed that expo.
Fantastic. For yourself, what plans you got this year?
This year, lots of traveling. This is probably one of maybe another 10 expos that I'm going to be at, you know.
Really?
So yeah, traveling, pursuing my acting, you know. So I'm doing my classes, auditions, etc. And yeah, just enjoying life, man.
Right. Anybody that wants to take Simeon on for a role, he's a good-looking motherfucker. Please, any agents in LA, please take him. All right. And are you going to the Olympia again this year?
I'm exhibiting at the Olympia.
Oh!
It's time actually. Oh, yeah, I did a seminar there last year. This year I'll be exhibiting my brands there.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll probably see him again at the Olympia at City Athletic Club. Simeon, have a great Body Power weekend.
Appreciate it.
And I'm hotter than a nun's cunt here, man. I got to get out of here. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.
Alright everyone, Crystal Wildfire Anthony here with another episode of Spreading Like Wildfire on Muscle Sport TV. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that comes up in my lives quite often. If you don't know, I do an Instagram live every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Unless for some reason life gets in the way and I have to move the day. But otherwise, I do an hour-long Instagram live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It never fails. Several times during my Instagram live, I will have several guys ask me if I have a boyfriend. Or they'll ask me on social media, they'll ask me on my webcam, whatever. My answer is always the same. No, I don't have a boyfriend. I have a husband, but no boyfriend. So I always kid around telling everybody that I'm going to put out a boyfriend application and start taking, applications for a boyfriend. Since, like I said, I technically don't have a boyfriend, I have a husband. So here I have written out some questions for my boyfriend application. So get your pens out, get your paper out, write down all these questions. You'll probably have to go back over it a couple times. And if you really feel like it, fill in the answers and send it to me. I mean, you can really put it in the comments below if you want, or you can always find me on Instagram, crystal.wildfire.anthony, and go ahead and DM them to me. I would love if you guys want to send me applications, boyfriend applications. I will even legitimately go through them. We'll see if anybody passes my application. So I've got them here on a piece of paper, so I'll read them off. First thing is you gotta have your full name, your real first and last name, not your Instagram name or whatever. You cannot have a boyfriend if you don't know their real name. So legit names, your height, your real height, not what you think your height is or what you want to tell people your height is, your real height, your real weight. So I need to know how much you weigh. I don't need to know what your body type is. Your height and weight is going to tell me quite a bit usually. So you can let me know your body type if you want, but not necessary. I need to know if you live alone. So do you live alone? Do you live with somebody? If you do live with somebody, who else do you live with and why? Do you live with mommy and daddy? And if you do, why do you live with mommy and daddy? Do you live with roommates because you're splitting the rent? Whatever. So if you do live with somebody, why do you live with that person? Let's see. Next, are you single? That goes along with the, if you're living with somebody. Or you can actually, of course, have a boyfriend, girlfriend that you're not living with. So are you single? If you aren't single, what kind of relationship are you in? Some people are in open relationships. Some people are not. So are you single? And if you aren't, what kind of relationship are you in? Do you own a working vehicle? So do you have a vehicle in your name, not in somebody else's name, not a vehicle that you can borrow, that you can actually use and drive? So do you own a working vehicle? Do you have a job? So let me know whether you have a job of some kind. If you do have a job, what is that job? What do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do that brings money into your household? And next on that list, of course, is does your job pay enough to pay your bills? So, are you working at McDonald's, flipping burgers, and working 20 hours a week and not able to pay your bills, and that's why you live at mommy and daddy's? Or, are you out there working in a factory, hustling, working 60, 70 hours a week to make ends meet? All those things make a big difference to women. It's not necessarily what job you have, it's the hustle. It's what you're willing to do to make sure that you provide for yourself, at least. If you can't provide for yourself, don't even go get a girlfriend. Because I'm not saying you got to provide for a girlfriend. You don't. But if you cannot even provide for yourself, don't even think that you need to spend $5 even taking her out to McDonald's. Just don't do it. Don't date till you can get your own ass straight. Just don't do it. Just 2 cents there. My 2 cents worth. Do you smoke? And that includes anything. Do you smoke cigarettes, cigars, pipes, marijuana, whatever? So do you smoke anything at all? If you do, what do you smoke? How often? These next ones are going to be rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, or I should say 0 to 10, sorry, because you could do a 0. So on a scale of 0 to 10, rate your level of douchiness. So 0 being you're not douchey at all, 10 being you're like king of the douche. How douchey are you on a scale of 0 to 10? Next, rate your level of funniness. How funny are you? Like, legit, how funny are you? Not how funny your mama thinks you are. You know, how funny are you? From 0 to 10. Like, 0 meaning you'd hear a pin drop if you told what you thought was your funniest joke. And 10 being, you know, you're always got your friends busting up laughing. Rate from 0 to 10. The level of crazy you think you can handle in a woman. I'm not saying you've got to handle that. I'm not even saying I'm crazy. I'm just very curious. From a level of 0 to 10, 0 being she's stable Mabel, ain't got nothing going on, no drama, to 10 being batshit crazy, you probably can't handle 5 minutes with her. The level of crazy you think you can handle in a woman, 0 to 10. Next question. Do you drink alcohol? If so, how much alcohol do you drink and how often? You know, are you drinking a couple beers a night? Are you down in a, you know, 12-pack every night? Are you drinking a 5th of whiskey? What are you doing? You know, how much do you drink and how often? Do you work out? Now, a lot of people always ask me, do you only date bodybuilders? Actually, until the husband I have now, I have never been with a muscular person or a bodybuilder. So that is not my main objective in life, but it is nice to know whether somebody works out, whether or not they would be accepting of my working out, and whether or not they like to live a moderately healthy lifestyle. I'm not saying you've got to live that fitness lifestyle and you got to be all about it and you're eating fucking chicken and rice and vegetables and, you know, I don't even like to do that bullshit. So I don't expect that from anybody else. But, you know, at least be able to go to the gym and, you know, walk on a treadmill a little bit, you know, do a little something, you know, get the blood pumping, be healthy. I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. So health is important to me. All right. Next, your favorite animal. So I want to know your favorite animal. Whether, you know, you're into dogs, whether you're into cats, whether you're into snakes, whether, you know, you like elephants. What is your all-time favorite animal? Your favorite vacation. Or I should say vacation spot, vacation idea. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, your favorite city to travel to. Maybe it's someplace you've never been to. But your favorite vacation idea. You know, or if it's someplace you've been to, let me know that you've been there and why it was your favorite. What are your hobbies? Very open-ended question, but I, you know, don't want to lead anybody, so you answer it yourself. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you're not working and you're not sleeping? You know, you got to sleep, eat, and work. So when you're not doing that, what do you personally like to do? Have you ever been arrested? So I want to know if you've ever been arrested for anything and why. So let me know. I'm very curious on that one. You'd be surprised who's been arrested. All right. What city, state, country do you live in? You know, I got to know proximity. You want to be my boyfriend. You know, I can't. It's very, very difficult to do that when you're, you know, 10,000 miles away. Not that I'm not willing, but hey, I at least got to know proximity. Give me an idea, something. All right, let's see. Next on my list, I told you guys if I ever did a boyfriend application, it was going to have a lot of questions. And these aren't even all of them I wanted to do. I condensed this one. Let's see. Are you now or have you ever been a member of a cult? Very important question. Nowadays, you never know who has been or who is wrapped up in one of those batshit crazy religious cults. Dear God in heaven. So, are you now or have you ever been in a cult? Just curious. Do you do any drugs? Of course I want to know, do you do any drugs? And by that I mean any type of illegal substances, whatever happens to be illegal where you're from, whether it's, you know, meth, whether it's coke, whether it's marijuana, whether it's popping pills. If you do anything at all, whether you think it's harmless or not, I want to know, do you do drugs? Let's see, do you play video games? Very important question for me. I want to know if you play video games. I find very few, and this is just my experience, I could be totally wrong, you guys can prove me wrong if you want, I find very few productive men that spend a lot of time playing video games. It just usually does not happen. But, tell the truth guys, do you play video games? And if you do, how much? Are you a junkie? Are you playing video games 2, 3, 4 hours a day, every day? Let's see, use 3 adjectives to describe yourself. So, free for all here, you pick what 3 adjectives describe yourself. So you describe yourself with 3 adjectives. my next question on here is going to be honest, did you have to look up what an adjective meant? Did you have no idea when I said 3 adjectives, you went, fuck, what the fuck is an adjective? And you had to Google that shit. So tell me, did you know what an adjective was? And to go right along with that one is your highest education level completed. You know, did you go to some college? Are you a high school dropout? Not that it matters entirely, but I'm curious, you know, anybody that would, you know, want to actually date me and be my boyfriend, I would want to know, what's your education level? You know, what were you striving for in life? You know, did you just want to struggle through high school and go, fuck this book learning shit, it's for the birds and I don't want to do it anymore? Or were you gung-ho for the PhD and that was what was important in life? You know, different things matter to different people. Now you'll notice there are a few things that are not on my boyfriend application. Like I said, that's the condensed version. Some people are probably like, man, she did not ask about penis size. I'm shocked. She didn't ask about anything about a penis. Is yours circumcised? How big is it? How often do you like to have sex? Things like that. And here's why. I'm going to throw a shocker out for you guys. I know people are going to be shocked to hear this one. But you can be in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. Honestly, you can be in boyfriend, boyfriend, and girlfriend, girlfriend relationship. However, but for this purpose, we're talking about boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. You can be in that type of relationship and not have sex with somebody. I know that's shocking. And if more people would realize that, they would maybe have less kids out there without 2 parents, maybe have a lot less fucking diseases out there, a lot less problems. You do not have to spread your legs for every guy out there that you date. And guys, every woman that you date, you do not need to shove your penis inside of them. So honestly, I don't give a rat's ass about your penis or how much sex you want to have or don't want to have or anything about that. Don't care. Don't need to know any of it. So that is the end of my boyfriend application. If you have suffered through this application so far and written down the questions and want to take the time to answer them, again, I would absolutely love to hear it. So please either put it in the comments below, find me on Instagram, crystal.wildfyre.anthony, DM me your results. You never know. You might be the next one, guys. Try it and see. Thanks for listening, guys.
Brought Jason Genova on board. Obviously, we started to enjoy the Mets. I didn't realize it when I first started dealing with Jason that I was exposing myself to a whole nother Genova-verse. How fucking wide and sick this thing really has become. To me, it's fucking funny as hell. I'm starting to get exposed to a lot more of the whole Genova-verse and Grizzly with the woo and all of that. And I'm like laughing my balls off watching these things. And then the whole Genovapedia. Yes, there is a Genova Wikipedia site out there. It's a full website, so I am all for it. It's like a universe. It's great. It's a pisser. And like Chris Brah does videos for us now, and he's fucking
Retard alert!
balls deep into this thing, and it's fucking funny. But I'm enjoying this fucking wacky shit. I'm enjoying the Mets, and I'm gonna fucking do a lot more with this whole fucking crazy fucking world down the road. the nose knows that this Olympia People's Champion thing looks great, but until you look at the details. Now, I actually am in favor of it as a journalist and someone who's been following this sport for a long time. I mean, since the late 70s. I have been following the Olympia and IFBB Pro League and all of that stuff, and everything, everything to do with bodybuilding. I would say that this thing, I like the idea. I think as far as a marketing purposes, I think it works well. My gut feeling is that they're just looking to improve the attendance they're at the Orleans Arena where this is held every year now since they moved from the other hotel down the other way. If you read the column by Robin Chang in the new Muscle and Fitness Flex insert and on flexonline.com, which actually gives a little more details because guys that aren't in the print publishing world, you're doing things sometimes 2 to 3 months ahead of time. So obviously since that thing was written, they probably implemented different things. Now, a lot of people think that, are the fans really going to choose Mr. Olympia? What's this coming to? Technically, they can if they happen to choose the same guy the judges did. That's probably not going to happen because Phil Heath is going to win again. I'm just surmising because I think he's the best bodybuilder on the stage. And although some people may disagree, I think he, fair and square, won all 7 of those Sandows that he has won in a row. Yeah, I know the Kai Green that year was pretty close, but he didn't knock out the champ. And I'm still one of those guys that says you got to knock out the champ to beat the champ, unless the champ totally comes in like shit, and then you're kind of knocking him out by default in a way. Kai was on, Phil was on, Phil was not off. Phil looked good, Kai looked good. Phil looks better because he's the defending champion. That's just the way it works. And that goes for anything, even with boxing. They usually don't like to give a guy a fucking belt on points when it's really close. 10-9, 10-9, 10-8, for the judges' cards. So you got to knock him out to win. Kai didn't win. Now this thing, it's the People's Champion. Now I'm going to read from flexonline.com. Fans will have a say in who will be named this year's Mr. Olympia. And now this is if and only if you're in attendance for Mr. Olympia prejudging on Friday, 9/14, and the Mr. O Finals on Saturday, 9/15 at the Orleans Arena in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. So that means basically you got to buy a ticket to fucking be there one of those 2 nights because they do prejudging on Friday and they do finals on Saturday night. It's different than the Arnold. They do the prejudging at noon and then the finals in the evening for the Open. They split it up into 2 nights. They sell more tickets that way. It's a business. They want to make money. Of course, that's smart to do it that way. The Arnold would probably do better on Friday night if they did that. So now you have the Olympia. People are going to be able to vote on every guy that's in that lineup. 15, whatever. We don't know how many right now offhand. Let's just say 15 for argument's sake. Because top 15 and everybody's DNP is 16 and on. So let's just say out of the 15 guys, the fans get to vote on all of these guys on prejudging and on finals. You got to have a ticket to do both, obviously. How are they going to do that? That's another question that was answered in this article. Fans will be given access to a judge's scorecard on a mobile device via a code. All of the votes cast will count in the official decision. Should the fans choose a different winner than the judges, that competitor will be awarded the honor of becoming the inaugural, so there's your hint that this isn't one and done, 2018 People's Champion. Basically, if Phil Heath wins and the crowd votes Big Ramy or Cedric McMillan or Kai Green, which I don't think he's going to compete, but let's just say he does, they vote these guys, all that the guy's getting a consolation prize. It doesn't say anything about a check. Maybe, but more details will come out later, closer to showtime. Maybe he'll get a fucking, I don't know, $10,000 check for being the People's Champion. Maybe they get a fucking nothing. I don't know. Maybe they just get a round of applause. But it does not mean that that is going to be the champion of the contest. It's still the judge's decision. Only if you guys in the audience that pay for your ticket match that. Now, I did send an email to Robin Chang. I haven't heard anything back as of yet. I just sent it a few days ago. And I asked him a couple of questions. I said, I'm doing articles and videos on this, and I just want to see if I can get some details clarified because I'm a little confused. And a lot of viewers on our live episodes on Muscle Sport. Hot Stuff Presents Muscle Sport Radio and also AMA on Thursday. They're asking about this thing because people are curious, and they're asking, oh, no, you can do it on your cell phone. And I'm telling them, no, you can't. Read the article. I'm reading it at face value, taking it at face value, what I'm reading, word for word. So pretty much it looks like the people's champion, if you want to be able to have a vote for just saying who you wish won the show, because it's not going to be Phil. People aren't going to choose him as the people's champion. They're going to choose somebody else, no matter who the fuck it is. Heat's going to win, and the people's champion is going to, but my thing was, how do you control that people don't give that code out over social media? So my guess is that it's going to have something to do with your ticket, like your ticket number. If you bought it online, you'll have a confirmation number. So, and that will only be able to be used once per day, Friday, and then one on Saturday with a different number because you're going to have separate tickets for those shows. And if you bought a weekend ticket, possibly that would count for two. They would have to know that. The computer would have to know that that's a weekend ticket. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So basically, so somebody doesn't go, everybody vote for Cedric. Here's the code. If that guy put the code in already, you're going to put it in your fucking thing, and it's going to say already casted vote. So that simple enough. You know, you just need some fucking software fucking geek to figure that one out. It's not a big deal. But I do give the Olympia promoters, Robin Chang, AMI, I give them a lot of credit because, and trust me, I am by far a Federation fillator. So, you know, I'm doing this because I do believe that it's cool to do that. I think you got to drum up some interest because, first of all, the sport is not exciting. I'm sorry. It's not. Tiddlywinks has got more fucking sporting, you know, events as far as this goes. So, bodybuilding, you need to spruce it up. Phil Heath is not a popular champion, and him winning every year doesn't make more people want to go watch the show. Now you got more incentive to go and watch it in person as opposed to just watching it online. So you're going to want to go to one because you want people curious. And they're saying it's the inaugural, so it's going to happen next year and the following year and so on. And she told two friends, and she told two friends, and you old fucks like me remember that commercial. I think the People's Champion is what it's going to do is going to make the fans feel good for a minute, but then get more frustrated and go, you see, the fucking judges fucked him again, whoever the guy is. If it's fucking Ramy, they'll say again. Or they fucked McMillan, you know, or they fucked Dexter, or they fucked Sean Roden. You know, I'm thinking of the guys who finished, you know, in second the past few years, and Cedric, you know, he won the Arnold, and people think he has a chance to win the Olympia because of his physique style, but he's never come to the Olympia looking as good as he did in March. So that's why he hasn't fared as well at the Olympia. But people are going to say, look, we told you the judges are in for fucking Heath. They're in. They fucked this guy because they wanted Heath to win, and they wanted Heath to break the record, and they want Heath, you know, or tie the record, and then next year will be the fucking 9th after this year if he wins. So it's going to bring more criticism to the judging, which there already is plenty of that, and we know that, except for on MD's boards, where I'll say, oh, we can't do that. You fucking pussies. So fucking People's Champion, it's going to be fun. It might sell more tickets, but they're going to have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good in this case. They're going to get more criticism as far as the scorecards go because they're going to say, we know better than you. We're sitting up in the upper deck. And we think Cedric looked better than Phil because we saw him on the big screens on the left and the right. The thing is that the People's Champion is basically to get more people to buy tickets to go watch it in person because then you're going to go to the expo and you're going to spend money to go to the expo and you're going to spend, you know, it makes business sense. And as a person running a business, this is how I think I would do something like that. Sometimes you got to fucking think out of the box, and they thought out of the box on this one. And I think it's going to be good, but expect some fucking backlash from the shit talkers online. But fuck them anyway, right? I love them. Keep talking. Just keep coming. We'll be right back after this quick break. the time we have for this week's episode of MSTV. Be sure to check us out every week right here on our Muscle Sport TV YouTube channel, and all episodes are archived on musclesportmag.com. Thank you so much for Stevie Shooey the Shoesmith's video, and of course Dina and the Nose. Thank you, Nose. But we will see you guys in 1 week.